Hey guys, Dom here. This is going to be a tutorial, and I've had a lot of requests for this effect that Croom's Designs done. There's this guy who's being dick about it, saying he's not going to do a tutorial unless he gets 25 likes, and I don't really care about likes, so yeah, I'll just do the tutorial because I'm bored. So basically he's got this effect that the balls go down, and every time they bounce it changes colour, which is a very simple technique, and a load of people are asking how he's actually done it. But yeah, this is the way that I've done it. It might not be in the way he done it, but it worked for me. So basically, open up Cinema, just set up any render settings. Mine is just ambient occlusion, anti-aliasing on 1 times and 2 times, and yeah, that's about it. Okay, so first of all, you want to obviously get a sphere. I'll try and provide all the textures in the description, and there will be a I don't know, there might be a lib4d or a .c4d, depending if they're actually just going to use them for this tutorial or for whatever. So I'll probably leave them as a .lib4d if you know how to put them in Cinema. Yeah, so after you got the sphere, you want to make a floor. So go into the lighting tab and go on floor. If you're in R13, there should be a different tab. I can't really remember what it was because I used to have R13 and now I don't because I've got a new computer. But yeah, okay, so once you've got the sphere, you want to obviously go on, you'll obviously add some dynamics to it. So go to simulation, dynamics, create rigid body, and on the floor you do simulation dynamics, create collider. So the sphere is going to bounce off the floor. If you know anything about dynamics properties of Cinema 4D. Okay, so as you can see, it's got really little bounce, sort of like jumps up a couple of centimeters and just falls back to the ground. To fix that, you want to click the tag on the sphere of the dynamics and go on collision and raise the bounce to about 100 and raise bounce to about 90 and friction 50, and you want to do the same on the floor. So bounce I think about 85 and friction 55. So hopefully I need a little bit higher, so raise the bounce on the floor to 125. Is that better? It's basically all about trial and error. You can just experiment. There's no harm in experiment. I'll give you all the details of what I've done for my bounce in the description, so you won't have to worry about that. Well, not in the description, I'll tell you them in a sec. After I've just found a decent is this alright? Let's just make the frame to frame timeline to 300 frames. Alright. Yeah, that looks alright just for tutorial purposes. Okay. So once you've got the sphere, you want to click on, and you're happy with everything, and just tell you I don't know what it's called, I forgot. So the stuff for the sphere on the tags is the bounce is 85%, friction 50%, the collision noise is still 0.5, and on the floor, on the collider tag, the bounce is 125%, friction 55%, and the collision noise 0.5%. So you've got some nice bouncing action going on. Okay, so if we just hit Control or Command, whether you're on a Mac, then click on sphere and drag down. So now you have 2 spheres, and let's just press press F3, then scroll out so you can So you can see stuff on the right view, and press F1 to go back into perspective view. Okay, so now we've got two spheres, and then we hit play, they bounce on their own independently. They're roundabout going at the same time, but that one's just gone a little bit higher. So it's got to have a little bit of variety. So once you got that, you obviously want to create a material to go on the spheres. So I'm not going to create one out of scratch because it'll take me quite a while. Well, actually, yeah, it'll only take me a couple of minutes. Well, a minute. Okay, so I think you do on V. Let me just try and get this right. Basically, you want to drag both the points so they're touching each other. So you want to right click and double click. Then it should make another mark. There. Is that it? Yeah, there you go. And then drag them down. Never mind, I'm failing it. I'll make a texture after the video and I'll leave that in the description. So I'm just gonna use one of Grayscale's materials because they're pretty good. So I'm just gonna use Candy Orange. I'll make a material extremely similar to it in the description so you can use it. Okay, so once we've added this to once you've added it to sphere, the normal sphere, let's just call this sphere 1 and sphere 2. Okay, once you've added the candy texture to sphere 1, let's just leave it as it is. And you want to hit Control or Command and drag it to the side and it'll duplicate. Then on the duplicated material, you want to add that to sphere 2. So you can easily change the colours and stuff like that without having to affect both of them. Okay, so once you've done that, you want to highlight both of the dynamics tags on the spheres and go to Cache and hit Bake. And that basically sort of memorises the simulation of it actually bouncing, so you can scrub along the timeline back and forth and it'll still be the exact same. So with normal dynamics you can only go forward. If you go backwards it just stays still. So we got more than accurate, well, the same result, but you can just jump to frames and see which one hits the ground first, like that, without having to go all the way back and pause it. Okay, so once you've done that, you want to find out where it actually hits the ground, so press F3 to go in the right hand view, and as soon as the frame before they hit the ground, which is frame 25 me, you want to highlight both the materials and click on the texture, and you want to change the orange colours, I'd say to goldy yellow. Oops. Okay, so the same yellow. Right, I'll just delete that texture. Don't worry, that won't happen to you. Probably just because my material is a bit weird. Okay, so now once you've done that, oops, let's do it there. Right, so forget what I just done. Once you've got both of the textures applied on spheres and the cached dynamics, you want to go to, maybe easily with the colour. Yeah, you're right. You want to click on the gradient tab, and you see that little box next to the word gradient. You want to click on it, and then you want to go to the next frame and then change the color to nice gold yellow, which we've just done before. Alright. And nice goldy yellow. Okay. Oops. Brown. Doesn't really matter if you don't get it perfect, just so it's kind of similar. Hang on, let's try. There, that'll do. Okay, and you want to hit the yellow box that's turned yellow because you've previously keyframed it. You want to hit that again. So if you go to the restart the timeline, and if you hit play, when it bounces, it changes colour. So it's quite a easy technique. It's a bit tedious to apply to every bounce. So just because. Now that you know that, it's quite easy just to repeat it. So I'll see if I'm able to grab the keyframes. Wait, no. Okay, so if you want to do it for more than one bounce, you are going to have to keyframe it individually. So I'll just quickly do that. Okay, so hit the gradient key again. And change the colours to about lime green. Okay, and hit the gradient frame again. That should have worked. Yeah, there you go. You see it's changing colour when we scroll through the timeline. And they're starting to do separate bounces now. As you can see, the sphere 1 hits the ground first, so we're going to want to grab the texture for sphere 1, go on the gradient tab, and then go to the frame beforehand, hit the box again, go to the next frame, and change it to a dark green. Like, you want to change it to visible colours, not like not near the same colours. It's like basically hues different colours, if you get what I mean. And if you go to and if you press the box now, it's changing colour. But that only done it for sphere 1 because they hit in both different frames. You want to do it for sphere 2 now. So press F3 again, go on the material 2, gradient, and when sphere 2 hits the ground, or just before sphere 2 hits the ground, you want to change that. So go like that again, keyframe button, oops. Yeah, I forgot to hit the keyframe beforehand, so if you do that, you can see it merges into lighter colour, so it goes lime green, and then it turns dark green, well, medium green, and you don't want to do that. You want to keep it so it changes every time it bounces, so not that confusing. You can do effects like that, and it looks good, depending on what your project is, but I'm just going to keep it fairly simple. So the same colour, and hit keyframe, go to the next frame, right. Well, yeah, you kind of get what I mean. So it changes colour every time it hits the ground. So I hope you learned a little bit. Like if you want, I'm not asking you to subscribe, but it would be really nice if you do. So yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.